Uh-oh, I think I might have got rid of the threads on that screw. Might need John to come and help me with that.
How are you getting on?
Here is my knight in drill wielding armour. So that one, I'm so sorry if I've threaded it too much.
Okay, that one's not coming out with a drill.
Since we started the adventure that has been reviving this abandoned farm 4 years ago, we have learnt a lot.
This is the best. What are we going to make out of these potatoes, Crusoe?
And we've tried our hands at loads of different projects. From buried storerooms, wooden decks, attempts at outdoor kitchens, and even a natural swimming pool. You'd think we'd be immune now to simple mistakes.
I'm going to pause and get the real muscles in.
Well, it turns out there's always room for improvement. And thankfully, no end to John's patience. Now, threading a screw is a minor mishap, for sure. But time is a precious commodity around here, so we best get on with fixing it.
So the problem with a screw that goes like that is that if I grind it, it's going to leave the screw bit in the window. We don't want that, so it's got to come out somehow. But it's always difficult to know how to get those blooming things out. There are drill bits, so we could go on to Amazon and we could order a drill bit and get that delivered, but that would be a week. I've seen online that you can do the rubber band trick, but I've never had that personally work for me. You know, these things happen. It happens to me all the time, so it's not just Tara. The screws are pretty cheap, and that's the way it goes. But now I've got to find a way to get it out. All these tools, and I don't have the solution for that problem. All right, let's go and try a couple of really easy solutions to start off with. Okay, first bit. The easiest one. I see Obi's come to join the fun.
Hello, Obi.
And just use a bigger drill bit with a wider head. It's not gonna though. No, that's not gonna work. Solution number one, no. Experience would say when it starts to round, you stop.
Yeah.
And then find a different drill bit or find a different solution before it gets to the situation where it's completely stuck.
Okay.
A glove. No, that's not working either. So the rubber band trick doesn't work. Yeah, it's got to be a grinder.
Sorry, love.
No, that's okay. Or a drill bit. We can try and drill it out. Then the screw stays in the window, and we don't want that. We want it out.
Why would it be a problem if it stays? Because you'd be able to see it.
Yeah.
Oh gosh, I do feel awful. It's so hard when you just want to, you're trying to help and then things go wrong and you end up creating more work than it would have been if John had just done it himself. He's being very sweet, but it is, yeah, I do feel bad. I do feel bad. It's one of those things with inexperience, isn't it? We've all got to learn. Making mistakes is all about learning. Next time I'll know not to carry on trying to get it out myself. I should have just stopped when I knew that it was hard.
I don't have the right grinding disc. I've only got a disc that's like fat for polishing. We might just have to wait and order that drill bit from Amazon because I don't want to leave the screw in the wood. I want it to come straight out. Found a cutting disc. I think it's a metal cutting disc. I am not sure though. Okay, that could be the solution. That could be the solution. It's in very tight.
Oh, you're turning it, darling. Well done. You're so strong.
I don't think it's going to last though. I think it's going to bust up.
No, it's coming. It's coming. Darling, you're doing it. You're doing it.
There we go. I got to cut that again. That was really good luck. We found that blade.
Oh, well done.
Yeah. So I basically just chopped a flat end in the end of the screw with the grinder, start unscrewing it, and that's it. The reason why I really want the screw out and I didn't want to grind it down is because this is going to be a bathroom. It's going to be damp in here at times, and what would happen even if we just painted over the top of that screw is it's likely to rust, and then it will leave a rust dribble on the window frame. I don't really want that to be like that. It is now indeed Almost out. We did it!
Yay! Well done.
Oh, there we go, team. We have got a nice lintel there. You can put some blocks up now. You going to help me put some blocks up?
It might be better that I just stay behind the camera, love.
Well, you can't scuff up a block.
I mean, you wouldn't have thought I could have scuffed that up either. Let me build a table, ruin the saw. Let me take out the things, ruin the screw. If you want things to go smoothly, just keep me as your cameraman.
Okay, all right. Sorry, Obi. Good. Okay, spatula. Let's put some blocks on top of each other. God, I'm missing Joao today.
I know, I was just about to say it's so much easier with two, isn't it? I can help you, love, if you like.
It's all right. We've got to mix probably some more cement. I think there's going to be another 4 lots of cement before it's done. Just thinking if we've got enough actual cement. Definitely, I think one of the things that a lot of YouTubers especially have got in common is this crazy way that they just try stuff and they don't know whether it's going to work or not, but they do it anyway. And even if it doesn't work, you film it. And there's something quite brave about that, I think, especially nowadays, you know. It's so easy to judge people on what they do and what they don't do. We have a wonderful channel. We hardly ever get negative comments. It's always usually very positive. But it is definitely a thing that makes YouTubers is just trying to do stuff they've never done before. And there is something really cool about failure. You know, one of the things I always found interesting about living in Finland was everybody in Finland, and if you're Finnish, you'll know this, everybody in Finland knew how to speak English perfectly, but nobody wanted to speak it just in case they made a mistake with the grammar. And that's a really Finnish thing, to worry about making mistakes. And I actually think my experiences of being in Finland and having those kind of people, wonderful people, I love the Finnish, and Finland is to this day one of my favourite countries. It kind of makes you want to allow the people around you to fail a little bit more as well, to make it a little bit more natural, normal process, part of life. So I would speak Finnish, and still regularly do speak Finnish with my boys. You know, we don't have smoked salmon, we have savulohi, which is smoked salmon in Finnish. We don't have sit down, usually we have istu alas. But yeah, so I still to this day speak Finnish quite badly, and enjoy the opportunity to do things as best I can, but often quite badly.
Are you just trying to make me feel better for rounding off a screw?
So there are a lot of YouTube channels out there, aren't there, you know? Tara's favourite YouTube channel at the moment is Sailing the Vagabond.
Oh, I love their stuff. Yeah, I don't know how many of you guys watch their stuff, but for me, it's just the fact that they go to places that I know I'm never going to go in my life. You know, they've just been sailing in some like forgotten volcano in the Pacific Ocean. You can't fly in there, you can't get there any other way other than sailing for a week to get there. I don't think sailing is in my future, so I just love to be able to see these places around our world.
Wait, what?
What?
Say that again, sailing's not in your future?
I don't think so, love. Are we going to buy a sailboat? Oh boy, apparently we're buying a sailboat.
What are we going to do after we build this house? We can't just say to people, watch us hang out with chickens. We've got to do something else cool, haven't we? You can't just stop.
My love, have we or have we not already started thinking of that plan?
We have, yeah.
Does it involve a sailboat?
It doesn't involve a sailboat, but there is another project on the horizon, that's for sure, and we're going to be talking about it as soon as we can, because it's really important to us that we get it right for everybody. We've kind of hinted at that as an idea a few times in the past, and it is really, really exciting for us.
It's a fairly monumental family shift.
Yeah.
So yeah, we'll share more about that really, really soon. And if you've got any thoughts, ideas, guesses as to what you might think it might be, I would love to hear them. It's always intriguing to hear what you guys have got going on in your own minds when watching us get on with our lives here in Portugal. So let us know, and if there's anything that you would like it to be, let us know that too, because you know this is our full-time job and career, and it's something that we would love to carry on doing for as long as we possibly can. So we need a new project, but yeah, life is moving into a different phase with the boys getting older and needing slightly different things. So we've got big things going on, which we'll tell you about very
I thought you were going to tell everybody.
We'll tell you about it very, very soon.
Yeah, it's not just trying to tease people. It's
No,
just basically we haven't got enough clarity on the situation yet to be able to share it with any kind of, truism. And what we don't want to do is say, okay, this is our next plan, and then eventually have a completely different one,
So all we can say for now is change is on the horizon, but it's going to be great.
I've just snuck off to make John a cup of coffee, and it's been a very full few months with so much going on. The project of the tiny house, the project of the build, all the stuff that we have going on the farm, and there really is absolutely zero time for anything else, which is why we really are so grateful and rely so much on our friends at Incogni to help us keep our data safe. Data brokers are operating all over the world, using your information, like your address, your name, your health record, and selling it on for their own profit. It's something that can get really serious. You could have loans taken out in your name, you could completely lose your identity, or you could just get subjected to incessant spam and robocalls and driven a little bit crazy. Now, where Incogni comes in is it's a very clever piece of software that scours the internet looking for all the places that your data appears and requests that it's removed. It then monitors that removal, making sure that that request is followed through, and if you sign up for their annual plan, then it will keep checking to make sure it doesn't reappear at a later date. If we were to have to do that ourselves, it would take days, possibly weeks, maybe even years. So why not take back of your own personal data the easy way and sign up for Incogni? By using our link incogni.com/TheNewbys, you'll get 60% off their annual plan. And of course, there's that all-important 30-day money-back guarantee. So there's absolutely no risk to giving it a go. And remember that just by clicking on that link, you are massively helping to support our channel, and for that we are always so, so grateful. Now, let's get this coffee back to the builder, shall we?
Thank you, my darling. Lovely. Obi's looking pretty fed up, isn't he?
Yeah, it's hot today. We are reaching 37 degrees Celsius again today. I think yesterday was 36, today's 37. So it's no joke. And what is fun is Marcus yesterday had that air conditioner on all day, and I think it made a real difference. So he is delighted. But I was just having a chuckle to myself, love, because do you remember when your sister booked this trip to come and see us?
Yeah.
And we were like, where on earth are they going to stay? She's got two little girls, and we were usually, they would have stayed in the stone house and we had our old house, but we don't have any guest accommodation at the moment. That's really kind of full, fully functional. So anyway, do you remember when Lizzie booked her trip and we said, where's she going to stay? And we were like, oh, I'm sure the extension bit of the new house will be ready and we can have at least one room ready where they can go in. And we're so far away from that. And I was just thinking about how hard it is to understand timelines on a build of the scale of the one that we're doing. It's just impossible. We just have to go with the flow and see when it's finished. You guys often ask us, when's the house going to be finished? And honestly, don't really know. I hope that we're in it by next summer.
In order for all the ducks to fall into a row, then it'll have to be next summer. So, that's one of the things that we're working really hard on, is making sure that we're good for next summer, which is great because, a good 20% of you are from the Southern Hemisphere. So that could mean any time, couldn't it, really?
Yeah, it could mean in November,
yeah.
Which would be great.
It could. No, we're looking at August. We're looking at August.
A year from now.
A year from now, yeah. For everything, all done, finished.
Yeah. So that will be almost a 2-year build, won't it?
Close, yeah, but it's a big project.
20-month build, 22-month build.
Yeah.
You're going great guns now, love. What's that knobbly bit sticking out over there?
Where?
That.
This?
There's a brick sticking out the wall.
Oh yeah, it's the back.
Okay.
Just wait for it to dry, chop it off and then fill it up.
Okay. Well, it's good to get this kind of work out the way quickly before the day gets really unpleasant.
Yeah, that's true. take the boys for a swim at the river a little bit.
We're actually still not letting the boys swim in the biopool. You remember a few weeks ago we had Martin come from Refugio Botanico to install a whole bunch of aquatic plants. And it's done wonders for the biopool. It's so beautiful and clear. There's still a ton of sediment in there, and I think the only way we would get rid of that would be to install that filtration system that he talked about. But it's just been amazing to see all those, like the plants are starting to flower. I was down there yesterday and it's so peaceful, and there's dragonflies and butterflies and tadpoles and pond skaters and little water beetles, and it's a real hive of life and activity. We'll get back in there soon, but we just really don't want to disturb anything because those plants are in their kind of settling in phase, and if they get disturbed and the microbiome that exists on their leaves and their roots, which is what cleans the water, gets disturbed, then we'll have a very mucky biopool again, and we don't want that. So having said we were going to have the boys with us, you may very well be wondering where they've got to. Well, we have got family here staying, as I said, that's why John's not allowed to cut a hole through that door yet. So they've taken them off to the playground for the day, and I'm sure they're having an absolute ball.
Well, not for the day, just for an hour.
Well, no, just for a couple of hours so that we could do a little bit of this build. So it's going to get a little bit, I don't know about slower. I don't think John knows how to put things down a gear too far. We kind of live in 5th gear most of the time, don't we, love? We sometimes drop to 4th. Very seldomly we drop to 3rd, but I don't think we've ever been in 1st gear since we met.
First gear? What's
No.
first gear?
So expect things to be a little bit more chaotic, have a little bit more of the boys around, be a little bit more kind of family life with building in amongst it all. And maybe in 4th gear rather than 5th.
You know, I don't know how Marcus does it. Actually, for that matter, Daniel and Roby up on the roof all day.
They don't even wear hats, love.
Yeah.
Well, Roby does. Daniel doesn't. He just literally bakes away in that sun.
It's hot up there, huh?
All day.
Look at me. I'm. You know what? I don't know what the time is, but
it's. I don't even think it's 10. Have you heard the guys go for a break? Because I haven't.
No, they haven't. It's
So
not even 10 o'clock. Hot, hot, hot.
I did my workout this morning and I literally raced out of bed to be doing it before 6 a.m. because it was going to be so hot today.
Somewhere, went through a long soft hair. Faces just stop and stare, catching no light.
If I was building a wall any higher, I'd be looking to put some sort of link in there. But as we've been going up the wall, I tried to take some of the render off. Down in the lower part, there was no render. On the top part here, I've been trying to take the render off in places, but it hasn't been coming off very easily, so I've been leaving dents in it. And if you look down at the bottom there was lots of gaps and lots of cracks, so I could put the cement in between that and kind of lock it in with the blocks that are going into place so that it's well locked in. I'm also, thinking, okay, we want to paint and render the outside and the inside. Of course, the inside's going to be covered in tiles, mostly. But the outside's not. The outside's going to need some render on it and paint. And what I'm thinking is we bury as much of it as possible, grow stuff around it, but paint the walls black. Now, if we paint the walls black instead of white, and we plant loads of stuff and we bury it as much as possible, you might not be able to see it at all. It might just be this invisible black box on the side with stuff growing, plants growing up the side of it. Am I talking too much?
No, darling, never. It's quite an impressive wall now, my love.
Yeah, it's gone on well, hasn't it?
Yeah.
Almost straight and almost level.
That's good enough.
Yeah, some of the blocks are a bit squonk, but that's okay because it's going to have render over the top of it. This is the top course.
Nice.
Just about to start cementing over the top of the lintel, and of course you want to get, if you're concreting onto something, you want to get it wet as well before you start concrete. Sticking concrete onto concrete, it needs to be wet on both sides. Well, it's better if it's wet on both sides. And also take the opportunity to give the window a bit of a brush down so that we can go and have a look and see whether we can find the actual windows and the window frames to fit. We don't really want to go much higher than this now because it's coming down at an angle. I think probably the best thing to do from this point is build up the first, what have we got, another 2 courses at the front here, and call it, let everything cure, go off over the next couple of days, and then we'll take some wood and do a wooden formation down the side here and make the roof angle.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how excited are you to get into the river?
Really, really excited, hey? Especially because, you know, it's so much fun with the boys at the moment. You know, there's such different little characters. I'm sure everybody out there has really realised that. You know, you watch them and you see Crusoe not really that interested in bouncing into the water as quickly as he can. He'd rather just go and have a play down the side of the river banks and see what animals he can find and kind of
Build stuff.
buildings he can do. Sawyer, on the other hand, is just flying straight in. It's like a blooming fish out of water.
Baby, isn't he?
Yeah, quite literally like a fish out of water.
Yeah.
Straight in.
Totally unfazed by the fact that that river is still very cold. Sounds like we're just getting a delivery down at the build site, so I'm going to wander down there and see what it is, just in case it's something exciting. It might not be anything exciting at all, but wouldn't want to miss out on it if it was. Okay, we've got some more blocks coming, I think. Or are they taking them away? I can't decide. I think they're bringing them back. I think they're delivering them. Just rearranging. Oh, I know what they're doing. They are rearranging the pallets so that they're easy to get off of the crane. Couple more pallets of blocks. Marcus measuring up stones for the window. All right, my love. I've got good news and I got bad news.
Okay, great.
Which one do you want first?
What's the good news?
The good news is the boys are back.
Oh, great.
So it's time to go to the river.
Yeah. The bad news?
You have to stop.
For a minute there, I thought you were going to say that there's no beer.
Oh, well, there might not be any cold beer.
Ooh, that's bad news. I think we need to get Carlos in to come and do the rendering.
Yeah, it's a good
I'm
idea.
just helping, because I'm not very good at it, just sort of filling in those big gaps. That's what Carlos will need to do before he starts to do the render. Is fill in the big gaps, wait for them to cure, and then have another go.
You finished your cement mix?
Almost, yeah.
Okay, cool. All right, well, I'm going to go and get ready for the picnic and come up when you're ready.
All right, I just finished that cement off, the last bit of cement, and then we can call it for the morning and wait until it gets a bit cooler, come back and do a bit more.
Yeah, cool.
Oh,
Nice work, love. That was a really good day's work.
Good
Look
morning's
at
work.
that. Yeah, not even a day, a morning. Love it.
Come on then.